Inventory piled up as consumers started to pull back and turn to other brands.
The core problem at the end of the day is that the North American consumer started seeing Nike as being a little bit cheapened because there was such an excess of product. And this goes back to the idea of when you have too much, you become less interesting, you become less popular.
In 2020, Nike made the boldest decision in its history. At first, it looked like pure genius. Sales skyrocketed, Wall Street clapped, and the CEO was hailed as a visionary. But that same decision turned into a $28 billion disaster. How does the most iconic sports brand on earth go from dominating the game to losing the court entirely? Today, we uncover the 4 fatal mistakes that killed Nike's momentum and reveal who's capitalizing on their collapse. Because this isn't just a story about sneakers, it's a business warning every company should fear. The year is 2020. The world shuts down. Shops close. Stadiums are empty. Malls turn into ghost towns. But in chaos, Nike saw opportunity. John Donahoe, freshly appointed as CEO, had one vision: digital first, direct to consumer. Why sell through Foot Locker or Dick's Sporting Goods when you can sell straight to customers? Why share the pie when you can eat it all yourself? And guess what? The numbers were insane. Nike's digital sales jumped 82%. Stock prices soared. Wall Street hailed Donahoe as a retail revolutionary. It looked like Nike cracked the future. But in reality, that decision was planting the seeds of a disaster. For decades, Nike's strength wasn't just in its shoes. It was distribution. Nike was everywhere. Every mall, every sports store, every shelf. The swoosh wasn't just a brand, it was a presence. But Donahoe thought differently. He cut ties with wholesalers, Foot Locker, Dick's, and dozens of retail partners. And here's the crazy part. Wholesale accounted for 61% of Nike's sales. That's like pulling the plug on your life support because you think you can breathe better on your own. At first, Nike believed customers would flock to their website and stores. But instead, something shocking happened. Competitors filled the gap. Hoka, on running. Adidas, Asics, all those brands that once fought for shelf space now had the stage to themselves. And when new customers tried these brands, they didn't just test them, they loved them. Nike's dominance was fading, aisle by aisle, shoe by shoe, and the research was already clear. Going direct doesn't automatically increase profits. It just makes you the middleman. And Nike wasn't built for that fight. Now let's rewind. During the pandemic, one form of exercise exploded: running. With gyms closed, millions took to the streets. Running clubs formed. A new generation laced up for the first time. This was Nike's moment. After all, the swoosh was born in running. But just when demand exploded, Nike pulled back from the category. Instead of doubling down, they retreated. And that's when Hoka swooped in. Their cushioned, futuristic shoes became a sensation. On running built a cult following with sleek designs and cloud technology. Even Asics, once considered old school, staged a comeback. Nike, the brand of runners, had walked off the track, and competitors sprinted right past them. Nike wasn't just known for marketing. They were innovators. Air technology, Flyknit, even self-lacing sneakers. But between 2020 and 2024, the innovation pipeline dried up. Over 60% of sales came from retro lifestyle models. Air Force Ones, Dunks, Jordans. Great shoes. But let's be honest, when everyone owns a pair, the excitement dies. Meanwhile, competitors pushed boundaries. Hoka's max cushion designs. On's lightweight cloud systems. Adidas bouncing back with performance tech. Nike wasn't leading anymore. They were recycling the past. For a brand built on just do it, suddenly it looked like they'd stopped doing it. And then came the final blow. Nike overestimated demand. Warehouses piled up with unsold sneakers. The solution? Slash prices. Everywhere you looked, discounts, clearances, markdowns. But here's the danger. Nike wasn't built on being cheap. Nike was premium, aspirational, exclusive. When customers start seeing Nike on clearance racks, the brand's image collapses, and the numbers showed the damage. Direct revenue dropped 14% to $4.4 billion. Net income fell 86%, down to just $211 million. From icon to clearance rack in just a few years. Here's the truth. Nike's story isn't just about sneakers. It's a warning to every business chasing trends. Direct-to-consumer sounds sexy. Digital-first sounds visionary. But execution matters more than vision. Nike cut off the partners that built them. They abandoned the athletes that trusted them. They stopped innovating. And in chasing a dream, they broke their balance. Today, Nike is still alive, still massive, still powerful, but the aura of invincibility, gone. And as Nike stumbled, rivals like Hoka and On Running turned into superstars. Nike's $28 billion mistake proves that even giants can fall. Because in business, just like in sports, if you stop playing the fundamentals, you lose the game. So the question is, can Nike bounce back? Or have we already seen the peak of the swoosh?